So if you look at what government quoted in terms of wage, we took significant, quite a large amount or with spending. If you look again, the next thing after that is debt service. Then when you combine the two, you will be worried. You will really be worried, because when we say we have saved money from subsidy and exchange rate unification, should it be going to wages? Should it be going to debt service? The question you may ask is, why the money go to? I tell
oh dear.
you, real. This is where the money should go to. This is where the money should go to. And because the money is going to salaries, and if I tell you, very few numbers of Nigerians are working with the government. The total number of labor government are is not up to 5 million Nigerians. Be charitable. Let us say 10 million Nigerians. Is it less than 5% of the population? Less than 5% of the population. So if you do that on one hand, and you now added debt service payment with, then you will have a lot to worry about. So the point is, why did we then implement the policy? Why? If there are quite a number of other things that we could have done. The impact truly should be when subsidies remove, the money has gone into one, say education, into infrastructure. You see, when we say we remove money from subsidy, we knew that this will definitely impact cost of living, especially cost of transportation. What is the alternative? We put the money in what are we investing the money? We need to pick about 7 of the states in Nigeria where you have a lot of movements, which includes Rivers, Abuja, Lagos, Ibadan, Kano, Kaduna. You pick those 7 states where you have a lot of population, a lot of movement. What can we do with those states? How can we reorganize the transport system in those states? Then you look at another 21 states where you have more like a great big state. Can we create movement such that can help the people reduce the impact on labor, on workers? Because giving workers more money has never solved the problem. We keep giving them more money. If we make policy and think, don't worry, when labor comes, we give them more money. That has been the approach for years. I've discussed this with government, I've discussed it with labor. Very soon labor will come out and say, we need more salaries. The first time I told them what they should benchmark on, no, they went 30,000 less, 70% or 100% of what they should get. Today, labor is coming up again to say the money is not enough. Let me tell you, no amount of money will be enough, because labor is not chasing real income. Government is not paying labor real income. The question may be, what should be real income? Where you spend your money on, what can you buy? You want to spend it on education? In primary school, which is the responsibility of local government, perhaps some states, secondary school, if they are not functional, that is where labor now wants to take their children to private school. And the salary afford it. Look at rent. You are in Lagos, which is 2-bedroom flats. Not necessarily the Lekki of this world or the Ikeja of this world. How much is rent? For those listening to us in Abuja, how much is rent? In Lube, in name it, in Peru, how much is rent? The price has since increased. Compare that to what labor is earning. So we detect as rent multiplied from 2023 to 2026 by 2, no, it has jumped by nearly 300 to 400%. And these are really very basic things. If you must talk about basic, you have to talk about housing, you have to talk about clothing, you have to talk about food, and you have to talk about transport. These are really 4 basic things. Yeah. But the cost of these 4 basic things have increased overall by an average of 300%. But salary has increased by 100%. This is the gap. This is why we say that the policies are correctly intended, but foundation should have been built, and the direction of the spend should go to what can help us mitigate the impact. One of the mitigants here will be rail, will be road, will be quality education in primary. And please, this is not just about federal government. A meeting must be held where local government, the direct payment going to local government, must be invested in education, primary health, secondary. This is where
all right, Dr.